Good evening. I'd like to call this meeting to order. Clerk of the board, please call the roll.
Freeholder Carter.
Present.
Freeholder Estrada.
Present.
Freeholder Hudak. Freeholder Jallo.
Here.
Freeholder Kowalski.
Here.
Freeholder Mirabella.
Present.
Freeholder Wright.
Here.
Vice Chairman Granados. Chairman Bergen.
Here.
Chairman, you have 7 freeholders present.
Thank you. Clerk of the board, would you please lead us in prayer and the salute to the flag?
Humbly we ask God, the giver of peace and the lover of charity, to give the entire family of nations true agreement with his will, to grant the light of his spirit on all who work for justice and peace.
Amen.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Would the clerk please note that Freeholder Hudak is present?
Duly noted.
Thank you, and would you please read the Statement of Compliance with the Open Public Meetings Act?
The chair wishes to announce that pursuant to the requirements of New Jersey statutes annotated, Title 10, Chapter 4, Section 10 of the Open Public Meetings Act, adequate notice of this meeting of the Board of Chosen Freeholders of the County of Union has been given by mailing the annual meeting schedule for the year 2016, along with periodic changes necessitated by circumstances, to the newspapers circulating within the County of Union who are designated to receive such notice, and by posting the annual meeting schedule for the year 2016 in the Administration Building, and further by filing the annual meeting schedule for the year 2016 with the Office of the County Clerk.
Thank you. Now I'd like to call on Freeholder Angel Estrada to make this evening's first presentation. Freeholder? Thank you.
First of all, let me call up to please, see where they're here. Angelica Blanco, please come on up, and also Andrew Steves. Thank you, Angelica. Over the years, I've been a very a big speaker or spokesman for education. Today, I take this time to recognize 2 individuals who graduated at different times from Elizabeth High School. And it's amazing because I've always believed, and my children have gone through the Elizabeth Board of Education system over the years, believe that if the kids are very well motivated and their interest is to do well in life, they will succeed. And that has been one of the things I remember, the Gifted and Talented program in Elizabeth, that talked about kids being good and doing the right thing. And I know as a result of that, we constantly saw good results. I see Deanne Sullivan, who sat with me for many years at the Board of Education in Elizabeth, and we know that worked. Today we have 2 individuals. Now, as I go through this, always remember that there are thousands of kids who are graduating every year from all the schools in that county. Today I'm taking a moment to recognize 2 of them. And I do that because of their accomplishments. These are young people who could have possibly have gone in a different direction, but because of their perseverance, the home support, and the support of many adequate and very competent staff members at the different schools through the years, have made it to great, what I consider a very good future. And I'll read some of the resolutions that we put together to recognize them. Of course, ladies first. So, Ms. Blanco, let's start with you. Now, it says as follows, whereas Angelica Blanco was a resident of the city of Elizabeth, she graduated from Elizabeth High School, Upper Academy in 2012, top of the 15% of her class. She went on to NJIT, majoring in chemical engineering and minoring in chemical engineer as well. Whereas in 2013, Angelica Blanco worked as a chemistry tutor in the chemistry department in NJIT and helped students with general chemistry topics. And whereas in 2014, Angelica interned at Colgate-Palmolive as an R&D summer intern and in the personal care department, working on extracting detectability of personal care products and performance of qualitative detection of chemical markers using a gas chromatography. I know what that is. And whereas in 2014, Angelica Blanco interned, whereas in the summer of 2015, Angelica Blanco interned at Merck and Company and their technical operations department. She worked as a developing risk assessments, a system operability improvement plan, and updating piping and instrumental diagrams in their water systems. And whereas while in NJIT, Angelica Blanco received the McGovern Family Endowment Scholarship and Roderick Endorsement Scholarship, as well as the Irene Del Caprio Endowment Scholarship and the Dana Knox Memorial Annual Scholarship. And whereas Angelica Blanco has been hired as a full-time employee at FM Global as a consultant engineer and currently resides in the township of Hillside. And therefore be it resolved that the Board of Trustees and Freeholders hereby congratulate and commend Angelica upon receiving her bachelor degree, having a 3.78 GPA at the NJIT in New Jersey. Now, you know, it's interesting because often we hear of the affordability in terms of school, and I tell you, where there's a will, there's a way. And Angelica has found the mechanism to be able to do that. And today she's going to a corporation, which what it does is basically assesses businesses for potential of insurance. And I know that she'll do very well on that, and my congratulations to you. And here's a resolution put together for the board from all of us to congratulate you today. And here's an opportunity for you to say something.
Thank you. Thank you. I just wanted to say that it's been a long journey from starting as a high school graduate to where I am now, but definitely perseverance and determination has led me to where I am today. So I'd like to thank my family and to all those who have supported me throughout the process.
Stand by. We're going to go to the next one. Now, this is a young man that I've known of him for many, many years. I know the family, and I know how much committed they are in terms of making sure that their children have the best opportunity, that whatever is available. And today, whereas Union County, the Board of Trustees and Freeholders wishes to congratulate Andrew Esteves of Elizabeth, New Jersey, on his acceptance to Princeton University 5-year PhD program in molecular biology. Good. Sounds good, huh? Congratulations. Congratulations, Andrew. Whereas Andrew graduated from Elizabeth High School Upper Academy in June 2012, he began his studies at the New Jersey Institute of Technology that fall, and on May 2016, he graduated with a Bachelor of Science degree in biochemistry. And whereas in 2012, Andrew began working in the NJIT lab doing biochemistry work for 2 years. In 2014, he was awarded the Provost Undergraduate Summer Research Fellowship, for which he had to write a research proposal and then carry out a research in the lab over the summer. The work culminated in a successful poster presentation, and he joined students from all over the world. That year, he also worked as a tutor in a JIT chemistry department, helping students with general and organic chemistry topics and organizing study groups where students led lessons. And whereas in early 2015, Andrew was an assistant to the Rutgers University Rodriguez Lab, working for light microscopy imaging system. I got to learn all these scientific names for all this equipment. And mammalian cell culture. Last summer, he began his research interim at Merck, Inc., and a biology intern working with enzyme kinetics in the hepatitis C virus, and he will return to Merck as a biology intern this summer. Now, therefore be resolved that the Union County Board of Trustees and Freeholders wishes to commend Andrew and his acceptance to Princeton University 5-year PhD program in molecular biology. You know, it's interesting because I want to also take the time to thank corporations that give kids the opportunity for these kinds of things that are never readily available out there. Like you take, for example, in this case, you have companies like Colgate-Palmolive and also Merck, who are very much committed to our community to making sure that the young people have an opportunity to learn. You know, in the old days of history, there was always internships whereby kids went to learn a trade, went through the process. Today, it's not readily seen that corporations make that kind of commitment. For example, when the county does it as well, where young people come in to learn how government works and what they do, and we do hire summer interns to do things like that. So it's a great opportunity to be here, and Andrew, my congratulations to you. Here's a chance to speak up.
I just wanted to say thank you to my parents and my brother. They've helped me a lot, kept me motivated over the last 4 years during my undergraduate. There were lots of times when I would be home studying, and it would be pretty rough because, you know, it's pretty nice outside. There are things to do, but you have to be in there. You have to work hard. It's really the only way to get ahead, and I think it's good that there's that opportunity out there. Thank you.
My congratulations to both of you. Wish you the best for the many, many years to come, and we hope we can get later on an opportunity to check on you, see how you were doing. Okay? Thank you very much.
Thank you, Freeholder. For our second presentation this evening, I'd like to call on Freeholders Linda Carter and Almira Bella.
Thank you, Chairman. I'd like to take an opportunity to congratulate you all on your great accomplishments, but I think that this is a great opportunity that we showcase our students and see what determination and hard work will do. We have a group of young individuals that are here today with us who are leaders among their schools, among our students that are here in Union County. This year we were able to do our third annual UC STEP, Union County Student Training Enrichment Program, and it was held at Kane University in December, in which we had approximately 200 youth from over Union County come and actually create within a 5-hour, 6-hour time frame, get to meet students from all around the county, get to bond with them because they weren't put in groups with their own students that they've come with. They were able to get together. They were able to come up with a civic engagement project, put a presentation together, get up there, do a 2-minute presentation, get voted on, leave out of there. We put the top 5, this time it was the top 5, up on the website, and Garments and Gear had a phenomenal amount of votes come through to be our civic engagement project for 2015-16 school year. So I applaud those groups for doing that. That was the beginning of the task. Then as we come back, and once the top choice was voted on, then the students got an opportunity. They went back to their schools, and they not only engaged their schools, but they also engaged the entire community. They went out and they collected garments and gears and equipment for students that, you know what, don't have as much as they do, or may need some extra stuff, may need an extra ball to practice with, may need some garments to put on. So it really gives us a great pleasure to be able to acknowledge and really applaud our winning schools. This year, our top winning schools, we actually had a tie. which is absolutely phenomenal. And we have New Providence High School, in which really went out there and did a lot in the community and brought back, oh, how much stuff would you say, Amy? Thousands of things. We also have John E. Dwyer Technology Academy right here from Elizabeth, which actually went out and did a phenomenal job. These students went out, they fundraised, they sold, what are those, squinchy balls? Stress balls, okay. I know you all saw a lot of those right about now, exam time and everything, right? Okay, it's the end of the school year, the stress ball, I know you want to throw it at all the teachers too, right? But you didn't. Stress balls, water bottles, wristbands, and they did a great job with it. But they also were able to go out to the community and they put donation boxes out. And at first we kind of were like, okay, what are we going to do? But when we were able to see that day that you all came back and we started sorting and packing all of these items up, it was a phenomenal amount of items that were brought back that we're going to be able to give to underprivileged youth that are here in the community to help with those feeder programs. Because you know what, you have a lot of students who they sign up for something, but they don't have that baseball mitt. They don't have that hockey stick. They need something just to help them and be able to go home. So I applaud all of you. I'm gonna let Freeholder Marabella say a couple of words first about the program, and then we're gonna call a few people up and recognize a few folks.
Well, thank you, Freeholder Carter. I can't add very much to that except to say that UC STEP is one of the highlights of the year for me. It's a program that was started a couple years ago and really is, you know, a program where it takes the best and brightest from Union County, all across the county, come together. They learn leadership skills and community involvement activities. And these two high schools really went above and beyond and separated themselves. And we're happy to be able to be in a position to recognize them and to give them a check to help out their high schools. So I want to also take a minute to congratulate Director Wagner and Dina for their work really on this program from the county staff standpoint. And when we get a picture, I want you guys to come up too. But I'm just delighted to be here to congratulate you, and I appreciate all the work that you did, hard work. So thank you very much.
Now I'm going to see if I can get this correct, okay? Matter of fact, I know how I'm going to get it correct. Let's have New Providence High School come on up first. We need the students and the administrators and the teachers and the guidance counselors. Come on up. And we're going to have you introduce yourselves and give us a little bit of information.
From New Providence High School, but this is really all Hannah Caminiti did everything with the support of her peers and the rest of the community. She kind of took the project you all did and ran with it, and you all, you know, did a phenomenal job, and I can only applaud her and admire everything that she has done. So thank you.
I just want to thank Ms. Knoppenberger and all the teachers and my friends that helped me out with this. It was really fun to do, and I think everyone's going to appreciate that everything that we've done. So thank you.
Thank you. Ms. Oppenberger is the guidance counselor, correct? Ms. Oppenberger is the guidance counselor and oversaw her school and the students that came out to the enrichment program. And I can't tell you how much, especially being an educator also, how much it means, because those are skills and all that you have instilled in your students to really be able to give back to the community. And I know that they're going to be doing some great things in the future. And now notice, there's only one student up here, but you had several students that did come. So we appreciate you being out here today to represent New Providence High School. So thank you. so much. Don't go far because we're going to take a picture with John E. Dwyer Technology Academy. So come on up, guys. I'm also going to ask Danina, the Elizabeth Board of Ed Commissioner, also to come up along with our administrators. And I think we have an assistant. We have the principal and the assistant principal here with us, which is fabulous. Thank you so much. Again, when you see our students that are here, I have to tell you, they are truly, with New Providence and Johnny Dwyer Technology, phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal job that all of you have done. Because I can tell you this, and maybe Amy can contest, when the project really did get started, you know, it's just a matter of, we don't give you the idea, you all come up with the idea. But once that part gets done, that's when we come up with the concept. That's when the work really does start, and you did a phenomenal job. So thank you so much. You got out there and got that stuff in. So we do really appreciate. Great job. And I'm going to turn it over to, okay, who's the principal? Look, there we go.
I want to thank you all. My name is Diana Pinto Gomez. I'm the principal of Johnny Dwyer Technology Academy, and it's my privilege to introduce my students who worked so hard on this project, talk about perseverance and determination. They were always in my office telling me what I had to do next and how we had to have the next assembly and how we had to call Commissioner Nina and make sure he put boxes at the fire department and call the other commissioners and make sure that they put boxes in the community as well. So it was a community effort. But we have to acknowledge a very special teacher at this time, Miss Maria Lidos, who was the driving force behind this. She takes her work home with her every day. She lives and breathes our students at Dwyer. They respect her, they love her, and it would not have been possible without Miss Lido. So I want to thank her for all of her hard work, her weekends, her texting me at night, you have to do this for another point. Please call the commissioners, make sure we collected stuff. So I just want to make sure that our kids get recognized for all of their hard work. And I want to thank Ms. Lidos, Mr. Montesier's here, and of course, Commissioner Nina. It was a group effort, and we're very thankful to our community as well.
Thank you so much. Commissioner Nina, would you like to say anything?
Good evening, everyone. My name is Daniel Nina, Board Commissioner for Elizabeth. I just want to congratulate the Dwyer students for their effort. Shows definite teamwork and participation. Congratulations once again.
Thank you so much. Okay. This is one of the students.
Hi, I'm Ms. Lidos. I'm their English teacher for third year in a row now. So I'm going to see them next year for the fourth year, and I don't know how they live with me, but these guys are amazing and good job. I'm so proud of all of you. Jaquan, it's so great to watch them work together and really strive. They put their mind to things and they do it, so it's great. It's such a privilege. I'm crying again.
Excuse my voice, I'm a little sick. But I just want to give two special thanks. One to the UC STEP program for actually helping us put this together so we can actually help people that are less fortunate than us. And two, I want to thank my whole class. I love you all. You guys are like second family to me. And none of this would have been possible without you. All the effort and hard work. You guys can do anything. You guys do anything I ask you to do, especially if it's for people that are less fortunate than us. So I just want to thank you.
Okay, one note. Jaquan was actually on the Garments and Gear presentation team, and we're still trying to figure out how he hacked into the computers, okay? And within 1 hour of it going live on the website, they had, what, about 1,600 votes. So we've been teasing them, say, okay, what'd you do, what'd you do? But I tell you, that's some great marketing that you did. So it was, and got your entire school and everybody in the community involved to vote for your program. So we appreciate it. Thank you so much. Okay, as you're getting us in position, we want to also congratulate Jaquan. You won the states yesterday? What? Silver medal in the states triple jump. Awesome. And that's why he's a little bit on the sick side. So we congratulate you. That is an awesome. Say that one more time. Harvard and Columbia. Which one are we choosing? Not sure yet, but he's accepted to Harvard and Columbia. I think he has a great future. Freeholder, I think he'll be back soon, so we can recognize him.
Ready, I'm ready. That kid got a 5-year free ride. Scholarship for 5 years to Princeton.
That's fantastic. That's very nice. That's great.
Which is great because the mother works for us, so she works at the prosecutor's office.
And you know, it's like he said, you know, a lot of weekends instead of going out, he worked and it paid off. You know, it's hard work. Does pay off.
All right.
They don't need the flash.
And most schools receive $1,000 to go towards their project.
It's 1,000, not bad.
If you guys vote on it, you're voting on it tonight.
Thank you, freeholders. And let me just add my congratulations on that of the entire board. It's always a pleasure to have our students here to toast their accomplishments, and congratulations to you all and best of luck on your future endeavors. Now, turning to our regular business, may I please have a motion to approve communication?
So moved, Mr. Chairman.
Second.
Motion was made by Freeholder Mirabella, seconded by Freeholder Kowalski. Clerk of the board, kindly call the roll.
Freeholder Carter,
Yes.
Freeholder Estrada,
Yes.
Freeholder Hudak. Freeholder Jallo.
Aye.
Freeholder Kowalski.
Yes.
Freeholder Mirabella.
Aye.
Freeholder Wright.
Yes.
And Chairman Bergen.
Yes.
Chairman, you have 8 votes in the affirmative.
Thank you. Now, may I please have a motion to waive the reading and accept the executive session minutes of February 4, 11, and 18, and March 3 and 17, 2016.
So moved.
Second.
Motion was made by Freeholder Carter, seconded by Freeholder Kowalski. Clerk of the board, please call the roll.
Freeholder Carter,
Yes.
Freeholder Estrada,
Yes.
Freeholder Hudak. Freeholder Jallo.
Aye.
Freeholder Kowalski.
Yes.
Freeholder Mirabella.
Aye.
Freeholder Wright.
Yes.
And Chairman Bergen.
Yes.
Chairman, you have 8 votes in the affirmative.
Thank you. We now have 2 ordinances listed for adoption. Clerk of the board, would you please read ordinance 774-2016 by title?
Ordinance number 774-2016, capital ordinance to appropriate the sum of $87,560.53 for various renovations and improvements to facilities district-wide at Union County Vocational Technical Schools in, by, and for the County of Union, New Jersey, and to transfer an unexpended bond ordinance balance and to reappropriate same to finance such appropriations.
Thank you. I would now open the meeting for a public hearing for purposes of commenting on this ordinance only. That's 774-2016. Please come to the mic, state your name and municipality of residence, and please remember the 5-minute time limit. Is there anyone who wishes to speak on this ordinance only?
Good evening, Chair Bergen, ladies and gentlemen. The Freeholder Board, Bruce Patterson Garwood. I apologize for wasting all of our time for only $87,000, but
But I guess the question is, why are we looking at a capital ordinance for only $87,000? And the other week I thought it was 87 million, but that was my mistake. I'm used to seeing big numbers. But why something for $87,000? And I guess further on, in reading the jargon, there's an and in there. It talks about appropriating the sum for renovations and improvements, and to transfer an unexpended bond ordinance balance. I guess simple question is, how much is that phrase there, transferring an unexpended bond ordinance balance in particular? Obviously, it's a portion of the 87,000. So that's it. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Director Taylor, you can address those questions. Though I think the first one, the amount, this is strictly for the vocational technical schools, so it's for a limited use. So I would presume that these are the projects we have for that school. It's not county-wide, and so that was why the amount. But Director Taylor, if that's incomplete, you could add on there.
Through you, Chairman. Ordinance 669-2008, Purpose E, was originally adopted for the construction of the Vocational Technical High School's Performing Arts Academy building. There is a balance of $87,560.53 in that authorization, which is no longer needed for the original purpose. As a result, the vocational high school has contacted us asking if we could reappropriate that sum, which is no longer needed, for the renovations of other facilities within the complex in order to use those funds for this new purpose. As a result, all this ordinance does is cancel that balance of the 87 and reappropriate it for the new purpose that they are requesting. It does not add to the debt capacity of the county. It is simply a repurposing of the original authorization.
Thank you. Are there any other members of the public who wish to be heard on this ordinance only? Seeing none, I would ask that Freeholder Mirabella, Chairman of the Fiscal Committee, kindly move the ordinance for final reading and adoption.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Chairman. I'll move ordinance number 774-2016 for final reading and authorize the clerk of the board to advertise the same in accordance with the law.
May I please have a second?
Second.
Motion was made by Freeholder Mirabella, seconded by Freeholder Carter. Clerk of the board, please call the roll.
Freeholder Carter?
Yes.
Freeholder Estrada?
Yes.
Freeholder Hudak?
Aye.
Freeholder Jallo?
Aye.
Freeholder Kowalski?
Yes.
Freeholder Mirabella?
Aye.
Freeholder Wright?
Yes.
And Chairman Bergen?
Yes.
Chairman, you have 8 votes in the affirmative.
Thank you. Clerk of the board, would you kindly read the second ordinance by title? That's 775-2016.
Ordinance number 775-2016, bond ordinance to authorize the provision of funding to the Union County Improvement Authority in connection with various projects in, by, and for the County of Union, State of New Jersey, to appropriate the sum of $1,250,000 to pay the cost thereof, to make a down payment, to authorize the issuance of bonds to finance such appropriation, and to provide for the issuance of bond anticipation notes in anticipation of the issuance of such bonds.
Thank you. I now open the meeting for public comment on ordinance 775-2016 only. Once again, please state your name and town of residence, and remember the 5-minute limit. Is there anyone who wishes to speak on ordinance 775-2016 only?
John Berry of Kenilworth. I've got the ordinance here, and basically 2 issues. It's the Union County Improvement Authority, which I guess can bond on their own. Why is the county doing this? What's the purpose of the county bonding and I guess giving them the money? I mean, why can't they do it on their own? Or why can't the county just give them the money on their own? There's already $400,000 in the budget aid to Union County, UCIA. It's been there for years and years. They keep aiding them. And I've got the ordinance, but it doesn't have any detail as to what it's for, as far as dollar amounts. Like there's Southwood Avenue litigation settlement, which presumably the number is known. So how much of this is for that settlement? And how much of that settlement is legal fees? I mean, basically, is what if the 1.25 million? How much is going to go for the Southwood Avenue thing, and how much is going to go to buy, I don't know, furniture for this other building? That's it.
Thank you. Executive Director Sullivan, might you be able to address those issues, please?
Yes, Mr. Chairman. Good evening, Chairman and members of the board. There's three parts to the money that is being that we are requesting that the board approve tonight. Two parts are for fit out for the Park Madison building in Plainfield. First is for fit out for the workers' comp court, which is moving from the city of Elizabeth to the city of Plainfield. Second is for the county itself, the Learning Link program that the county will have there. The third is for a settlement of a long-standing lawsuit between the Improvement Authority, the city of Linden. This was a redevelopment project in the city of Linden, and the developer for Verge. The settlement for the Verge is $150,000. That's inclusive of the settlement, legal fees, and everything else. Hopefully that answers the questions, and I'm happy to answer any other questions that the board may have.
Thank you, Mr. Sullivan. And I would say there was a question: why is the board borrowing the money? You're correct that there are a number of different ways that this money could have been raised, but based on the recommendations of our professionals, it was decided that this was the cheapest and most expeditious way to do it, and that's why we're doing it this way. Are there any other members of the public who wish to speak on the pending ordinance?
Good evening, Chair Bergen, ladies and gentlemen of the Freeholder Board, Bruce Patterson, Garwood. I appreciate Director Sullivan's explanation on some of the items. I'm just wondering, yeah, that $1,250,000, I mean, that's not total. You have a word down payment in here, so something tells me that there's going to be a lot more money needed to borrow in the near future. If that's the case, could somebody please explain how much money estimated is out there that's going to need to borrow for these 3 or 4 items that were listed by Director Sullivan? I'm just wondering if that's going to add to the county debt. And I guess possibly, could somebody explain what this lawsuit was? I vaguely remember it, that a contractor or something didn't perform properly, but could somebody give an overview of exactly what that lawsuit is? And it sounds like somehow we lost, I guess, but I thought we were winning on that. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Patterson. I'll have Mr. Sullivan address the lawsuit, but if you do, for your other question, if you actually look into the body of the ordinance, the $60,000 is actually money that is not being borrowed. That is, as required by state law, a cash down payment against the full amount. And correct me if I'm wrong on that, Mr. Sullivan, but it's not a down payment in the sense that there'll be more expenses other than that.
Yeah. Mr. Chairman, you're absolutely correct. This is the total amount of money that we are requesting. There's not going to be anything else as it relates to this that we are going to be coming back. This is the total amount for everything as far as what we were requesting. The Verge lawsuit goes back to a redevelopment project on Southwood Avenue in Linden. It goes back probably 10 years or so. That went bad. That was involving the city of Linden. As Hudak knows, it was very contentious with the developer. The city of Linden resolved their issues, and that project is actually going forward now. And this was, again, the developer going back to court again and again and again against the Improvement Authority. We were the last defendant in the case. And as you know, it became much more expeditious to settle the matter, and instead of litigating and costing more money than the settlement would be, and that's where we were. So this is a resolution of a case that has been ongoing for at least 10 years now.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Any other members of the public who wish to address the pending ordinance only? Seeing none, I'll close the public portion and request that Freeholder Mirabella kindly move the ordinance.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I'll move ordinance 775, 2016 for final reading and authorize the clerk of the board to advertise the same in accordance with the law.
Second.
Thank you. The motion was moved by Freeholder Mirabella, seconded by Freeholder Kowalski. Clerk of the board, please call the roll.
Freeholder Carter.
Yes.
Freeholder Estrada.
Yes.
Freeholder Hudak.
Aye.
Freeholder Jallo.
Aye.
Freeholder Kowalski.
Yes.
Freeholder Mirabella.
Aye.
Freeholder Wright.
Yes.
And Chairman Bergen.
Yes.
Chairman, you have 8 votes in the affirmative.
Thank you. We now move to pending resolutions. I'll now open the meeting to the public for comments on pending resolutions only. Once again, please state your name and town of residence. Please note which resolution you're addressing, and please limit yourself to 5 minutes. Any members of the public wishing to address pending resolutions, please step forward.
Good evening, Chair Bergen, ladies and gentlemen. The Freehold Board, Bruce Patterson Garwood. On page 3, number 473, near the top, it's some professional service contract to Musial Group, reconfiguration of clerk's office. It's for the amount of $5,995. And this is actually, I do want to comment on it. I mean, these numbers are amazingly small. I don't know what's going on here. I mean, I'm used to seeing millions, but I mean.
Sorry to disappoint.
No, you're not disappointing me. So thank you very much. I mean, those are small numbers here. This is what I like. On page 5, number 485 at the top, it's for shared services agreements with Clark, and I think there was another town in there. No, I guess it was just Clark. And the other meeting, yes, you did talk about it, and that's for emergency medical service. I'm just wondering, what about the police dispatch services of these towns? How many is actually in a shared services agreement with the county? And why can't the towns just use the police dispatch in lieu of the county dispatch? That's a question. I don't know if somebody could answer that. Near the bottom, 490 to 496. This is my consummate question I always ask. It totals about $3 million. It's modifying the 2016 Union County budget. I'm just wondering, is this pass-through monies, or are the taxpayers going to get a benefit out of it, where all this money possibly could offset our taxes in some way? On page 7, number 513 on the bottom, you're authorizing the county manager to sign any documents necessary to enter into a collective bargaining agreement, PBA 108, sheriff's officers. And basically I asked this same question, maybe I should be a little more clear, but are there any covenants in this bargaining agreement about health benefits that allow members to receive health benefits for life? And I'm just wondering what the covenants are. The one right below that, number 514, the development, construction, and implementation of an Oak Ridge property project. I'm just wondering what that project is. I see you're allowing $2.5 million for that at this point. And that's it. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Patterson. Director Moran, maybe you can give us some insight on the questions on the 2 shared services agreements for dispatch.
Certainly, through you, Chairman. State requirements stipulate that 911 centers give pre-arrival medical instructions to anyone calling in a medical emergency. For many municipal departments, this is a huge undertaking. It requires, a lot of municipal departments only have one dispatcher on, so that dispatcher will have to stay on the phone with the caller, dispatch police, fire, and EMS units, call for paramedics, which this one dispatcher can't do alone. So a lot of municipalities, for liability reasons, for just efficiency of operations reasons, opt to subcontract out for that service. So they could transfer that medical call, and it frees up the dispatcher to do the rest of his duties.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Director Taylor, if you could once again address the question on 490 through 496 concerning those budget modifications.
Through you, Chairman, the special items of revenue do not affect the tax rate. They, point in fact, are there to help offset costs associated with many services that the county provides. Again, these are just grants that the county accepts on an annual basis that has an item of revenue with a corresponding item of appropriation.
And the reason we're modifying the budget is because they came through after the budget was
Yes,
enacted.
the award letters came in after the budget was adopted. Otherwise, they would have been in as part of the adopted budget.
Thank you, Director.
You're welcome.
Number 513 concerning the collective bargaining agreement with the PBA. Director Yuska, if you can address that issue on lifetime medical.
Yes, Mr. Chair and members of the board, through you, Mr. Chairman. That memorandum of agreement does not have any specific stipulation to lifetime benefits.
Thank you. And then Resolution 514, County Council, can you just briefly address that? If you
Certainly, Mr. Chairman, thank you. This particular project is for the development and construction of a facility at Oak Ridge Park, which will basically consist of an ice skating rink with 2 sheets of ice, a locker room, and a concession type area, along with outside of that facility, a track with a turf field, and I believe the turf field will be lined for both lacrosse and soccer.
That's correct. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Any other members of the public wishing to make comments or questions concerning pending resolutions only?
Yeah, John Berry at Kenilworth, and just on this 514, that Oak Ridge project, the county is giving $2.5 million. Is that bonded money that the county has? And I'm presuming the Union County Improvement Authority is bonding for a whole stuff too. So what are the final numbers as far as the dollar amounts, or if anybody else, I don't know if Clark is tipping in anything, but what's the final amount for the cost for this? And the ice skating rinks and the fields, when is that, well, first, when is the project going to start then? I mean, if you have the exact numbers, you probably already have a time frame for this. And when is it supposed to be finished?
Thank you, Mr. Burry. We don't have any of the information you're seeking because this project is really just at the beginning. This is authorizing the Improvement Authority to move ahead with design documents, at which time we'll then have an opportunity to price out the project, and then it will go out to bid, and then we'll have some idea what the total cost and what the time frame's going to be. I will note that Union County College has committed to adding $2 million to the county money to help fund this project, as we anticipate there will be, in part, using the new field for their teams. I think that covers what you've asked. Are there any other members of the public who wish to address pending resolutions at this time? Seeing nobody else, then I will close that section of the meeting, and I'll ask for a motion to adopt resolutions 2016-472 through 2016-522.
So moved.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Motion was made by Freeholder Kowalski, seconded by Freeholder Carter. Clerk of the Board, please call the roll.
Freeholder Carter?
Yes.
Freeholder Estrada?
No on number 14, yes on the rest.
I'm sorry, can you repeat that?
Yes, except 514, no.
Freeholder Hudak?
Aye to all with the exception of 517, which I abstain.
Freeholder Jallo?
Aye.
Freeholder Kowalski?
Yes.
Freeholder Mirabella?
Abstain on 514 and 517, aye to the rest. No, sorry. Abstain on 481 and 502, aye to the rest.
And Freeholder Wright?
Yes.
Chairman Bergen?
Yes.
Okay. Chairman, you have 8 votes in the affirmative, with the exception of Resolution 514, where you have 7 votes in the affirmative with 1 vote in the negative. You have 8 votes in the affirmative for Resolution 517 with 1 abstention. For Resolutions 481 and 502, you have 7 votes in the affirmative with 1 abstention.
Thank you. I now open the meeting to the public for purposes of commenting on any governmental issue that a member of the public feels may be of concern to the residents of the county. Please state your name and town of residence, and please adhere to the 5-minute time limit. Any members of the public, please feel free to step forward at this time.
Good evening, Chair Bergen, ladies and gentlemen. Freeholder Board, Bruce Patterson, Garwood. And I don't know if you noticed, but I was tempering a lot of my comments. Just being a nice guy. There's a reason behind it, and I'm the president of the Garwood Historical Committee. And what we're having this coming Sunday is a ceremony of the rededication of the plaques, and we have sent an invite over to the Freeholder Board, inviting them only because they basically helped fund the build-out of our recreation complex by giving us about $400,000 in taxpayer money over the course of a couple of years, and that's a good reason why we are inviting you, and we'd like you to show up. So,
thank you.
I hope you take up the invitation. I'm the MC, by the way.
Uh-oh.
And we appreciate the county's actually lending us the PA system, so maybe you better show up just to make sure I'm not going to break it.
Any other members of the public who wish to make any comments tonight? Seeing none, I will close that portion of the meeting and turn to freeholder comments and reports. Freeholder Hudak.
No comments, Chairman.
Thank you. Freeholder Jallo.
No comments, Chairman.
Thank you. Freeholder Wright.
Thank you. It's the summer season, and our annual Summer Arts Festival concert series will be arriving soon in our county parks. This year, the New Jersey Symphony Orchestra will kick off the series on Friday, June the 24th at 7:30 p.m. at Echo Lake Park in Mountainside. The orchestra will perform musical selections from the movies and other great classical pieces. The show is free, and visitors are invited to pack a picnic basket and bring lawn chairs or blankets. Attendees can also participate in the Union County Get Fit yoga program beginning at 6:30 p.m. Bring a mat, towel, and participate in those activities also. For a full schedule of summer concerts and more, please go to www.ucmj.org/calendar. Thank you.
Thank you, Freeholder. Freeholder Kowalski.
Thank you, Chairman. I'd like to remind everyone that our new mobile aging services kiosk will be traveling throughout Union County in June. And this free service provides seniors age 60 and above and their caregivers information about services such as home-delivered meals, respite care, home care, and adult daycare, as well as support services for caregivers. And assistance with completing applications if you need help will also be available. So there will be 5 visits throughout the county in Clark, Mountainside, Fanwood, Berkeley Heights, and one other town, which we'll find out later. For a complete schedule and hours, call our Division on Aging toll-free, and that's 888-280-8226. And this Friday and Saturday, we have our annual Bio Blitz. It's one of our most popular outdoor events. It's a 24-hour, round-the-clock survey of the flora and fauna in our parks. So it's this Friday, June 10th, starting at 5 o'clock and going until 5 o'clock the next day on Saturday. And it will be in Kwame Park, Blackbrook Park, and our Galloping Hill Golf Course. So people who want to participate can come and talk to scientists and naturalists and ask questions, help us to count the species. There's hundreds of different kinds of species of plants and animals in our parks. Insects, birds, fish, various daytime and nighttime animals. Regular parts of this include the frog slug, the owl prowl, the incredible edibles. You can find out what you can go outside and just pick and eat, although it's good to check with an expert first. So this is a free event, including all the activities, and there are prizes too, and it's a wonderful way to learn about our natural habitat. So I'd like to thank all of our partners and generous sponsors, and of course, our park staff and volunteers. Thank you, Chairman.
Thank you, Freeholder. Freeholder Carter.
Thank you, Chairman. I had the pleasure, along with Freeholder Kowalski, Freeholder Jallo, to join Plainfield Mayor Adrian O'Mab and the Plainfield City Council in the groundbreaking of the Muse at Grant Avenue Station. The Muse is the largest mixed-use construction project in Plainfield in over 40 years. The $30 million multi-phase development project will consist of the construction of a new 44,000 square foot state-of-the-art facility for the ABC Supply Company, who chose to stay with this project and the developers and stay and not relocate out of Plainfield. They've been there for over 20 years. Followed by the construction of a 5-story building with 90 residential units. There's a lot that is going on in Plainfield because also this past Saturday, we had the opportunity to kick off our summer series concert with the Rhythm and Blues concert that took place at Cedarbrook Park. The free concert featured Sister Sledge, C&C Music Factory, Blackstreet, Little Ed and the Blue Imperials, as well as a variety of activities for young children throughout the park. And there was a car show, and they had motorcycles, probably at least 100 cars and motorcycles that were there. We had a great time. But I'm raising this because of the fact that we have so much that goes on in the summertime is here throughout Union County. I hope everyone will go to our website, www.ucnj.org, and take a look at the wonderful activities we have going on, and especially the summer series concerts that we'll be having throughout the summer. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Freeholder. Freeholder Estrada.
No comments, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you. Freeholder Mirabella.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. As fiscal chairman, I'm happy to report that the County of Union has once again received a pair of outstanding bond rating reports from Fitch and Moody's Financial Houses. Both reports once again reaffirm our sound fiscal management and budgetary practices. The ratings, it should be noted, were among the highest given by both agencies, Fitch at AA+ and Moody's at AA1. Contrast this with 9 credit downgrades given the state of New Jersey under the current governor. Moody's cited, and I quote, the county's improved financial condition due to sound management and budgeting. The report also cited the county's strong fundamental credit quality and conservative budget practices. Both reports termed the county debt and liabilities as low, and Moody's cited the county's financial position as remaining strong, especially after 4 consecutive years of fund growth and increased surplus. Fitch cited the county's significant financial resources, and both reports also praised the county's management of the budget during the downturn in the economy in the earlier part of the decade. This is good news, and I wanted to share that with the board and also with the public. Aside from that, I want to congratulate Freeholder Carter and Freeholder Kowalski and Vice Chairman Granados on their overwhelming primary victory, and look forward to another victory in November.
Thank you.
That's all, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Freeholder. County Council, anything tonight?
No comments. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
County Manager.
No comments, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you. I also would like to add my congratulations to our colleagues, Freeholders Kowalski, Carter, and Vice Chairman Granados for their win, And I also want to thank all candidates from all parties, win or lose, for participating in the election. It is an important part of our democracy, and it's good to see people willing to go out there and put their name on the line. I also want to thank Mr. Patterson for his invitation for Sunday, which I'm not sure he gave the details, but it is Sunday, 2 to 5 p.m. at the Garwood Sports and Recreation Complex, and I'm hoping to be able to attend to help honor Garwood's volunteers. I'd also like to announce that Joanne Jamenden, who heads our Union County Bureau of Recycling and Planning, has received the Education Award from the New Jersey Clean Communities Council. Joanne has developed 2 education tools that are helping clean communities to spread its message: an attractive Jeopardy game and the New Jersey Clean Communities Litter Activity Book. Clean Communities strives to educate the public about the harmful effects of litter and how we can all work to reduce waste. In that regard, I'd like to mention that this year Joanne brought a state-funded recycling education program to the schools here in Union County, and hundreds of students have already enjoyed the program. I've mentioned it before, called Talkin' Trash. And I'd like to commend Ms. Jamenden for all of her efforts to raise environmental awareness in our community. Finally, earlier today, I had the pleasure to join with Freeholders Kowalski and Mirabella and officials from Scotch Plains and Fanwood, as well as local volunteers, to celebrate the start of construction of the new Scotch Plains Fanwood Community Gardens, which will be located at the grounds of the Frazee House in Scotch Plains. The new garden is one of 20 community garden projects that have been funded this year by matching grants from the Union County Community Garden Grants Program, which is one of my Union County Means environmental initiatives, Union County Means Green environmental initiatives for 2016. Groundwork Elizabeth, Executive Director Jonathan Phillips, and his staff were on hand this morning to oversee the delivery of new soil and lumber for the garden beds and to start construction. Groundwork is our grant administrator for this program, and I'm looking forward to seeing the results of their work throughout the growing season and throughout all the many municipalities in the county that are participating in this program. That being said, I will adjourn this meeting. Thank you all for coming. Oh, I need a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
Is there a second? All in favor?
Aye.
Now we'll adjourn. Thank you.